What is going on, guys? Play on Daily Fantasy Sports here, and today I'm going to be bringing you another video taking a look at Tuesday, February 26th, Fanduel and Draftkings NBA slates. I'm going to be giving out my picks for the day, and without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into it. So, looking over at Fanduel first, from a guard perspective, over at the point guard slot, the two guys that I really like are Jamal Murray and Kyrie Irving. There's really not a lot of value to be found here. A lot of these guys, you're just going to be going for raw points type of deal. Um, Isaiah Thomas can be an interesting play, with given his history of what he's been able to do as a player. There's definitely the potential for him to just pop off. But on only a 3-game slate, you're really just going to want to try to get the most reliable points possible for tonight. So moving then on over to shooting guard, the one guy that I really like here is Alonzo Trier. At only 3,700, he's looking like a great punt play if you need to just throw a guy out there. Other than him, there's really not a whole lot of flash at this shooting guard position tonight. Terrence Ross could make for an interesting play. He could, go crazy, but there's really just at shooting guard, you're really just going to want to probably punt with Trier and then throw in another guy that'll just fit your cap for tonight. Moving then on over to the small forward spot, and the two guys I really like over here is Kawhi Leonard and Will Barton. Will at only 5,200 can be a really solid play. He's shown history of producing not when given not a whole lot of minutes, and within 28 minutes to 30 minutes tonight, I think he is a very solid play. The only advice I have on him, however, is you do need to be careful with how deep this Denver guard position is now. All of a sudden, you have Monty Morris, who's playing great. Jamal Murray's their alpha dog. You've got Gary Harris, Will Barton, Torrey Craig, Isaiah Thomas. They're honestly have one of the best guard and small forward groups in the NBA. So you're just gonna want to make sure that you're careful to not really. Oh, and they have Juan Herman Gomez, who's played well given minutes. But you just want to be careful that your guys guaranteed minutes in this hefty backcourt. Next, moving on over to power forward, my favorite pick for tonight is Aaron Gordon at at 7,000. I think that's a fair salary, but really just he's got the weakest matchup. The Knicks are notably the worst team defensively on the slate tonight. They don't try on defense. He's a really solid play. And then finally, moving on over to center. This is a tough spot tonight, but I think Jokic can be a really solid play if you have the cap for him. Aside from that, um, Marc Gasol looks to be a nice play if he's going to get the minutes. It's still yet to be determined how often they'll play him on this new team. But Gasol looks to be a beneficiary tonight against the Celtics. It can be a solid play if he fits your roster cap. So then moving on over to DraftKings, first thing we'll do is take a look at the guards. The guards I like here are very similar to the guys I liked over on FanDuel. We got Jamal Murray, Trier, those type of guys, Barton, Kyrie. The one other guy that I'm going to throw out there on DraftKings, though, is Marcus Smart. Against Toronto and against these bigger teams that are more physical, the Boston likes to play Smart a good deal of minutes for his defense and just overall tenacity that he brings. And at only 4,100 on DK specifically, I think Smart is a fairly solid play. Moving then on over to forward, the guys I had mentioned like Gordon, Aaron Gordon, and Kawhi Leonard are solid plays here. But the other guy that you want to maybe take a look at is going to be Paul Millsap. He's been on a bull run recently. Facing an Oklahoma City defense that's not super great. They're an average defense, I would say. But Millsap at 6,200, I think, is a very, very fair price for him. Finally, looking then over at the centers, Millsap, as I'd said, is a solid center. Jokic is good. The other guy I'm going to throw out there, though, is Steven Adams. He's really out on the court a lot. He's going to get 33, 34, 35 minutes in that range. And at only 5,600, he's definitely trending lower in his, typical price range. So he could be a really solid play for tonight's slate. So as always, if you have any comments about my picks or overall availability, feel free to leave them in the comments section down below. Pay attention to news. I don't think anything major is going to drop, but there's always the potential that someone gets ruled out or something that changes the entire base of the slate. But yeah, feel free to like and subscribe if you wish to continue supporting the channel, and we will be back here tomorrow on a much heftier and better looking Wednesday slate. Peace.